Yes, you can charge it using a regular outlet at home. Today we're testing two incredible cars from BYD that are making waves, but a lot of people still don't really know how they work. We've got the fully electric Dolphin Plus hatchback and the super smart hybrid SUV, the Song Pro, which blends electricity and combustion in a clever way. Would you own a car like this? Stick around until the end and we'll show you how they work in real life. Let's start with the Dolphin Plus. I'm already excited to get behind the wheel and feel what it's like. Check this out. It starts with just a button. No key needed, just the key fob nearby. You can shift gears, drive, reverse, neutral, or park with a simple button right here on the center console. You can also select the driving mode. Let's switch it to sport mode. This is a fully electric car, and yes, you can charge it from a standard wall outlet. Nothing special required. One awesome thing about electric cars is that they deliver full torque and power the moment you hit the accelerator. This thing is seriously fast. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 7 seconds. It's got 204 horsepower. With a combustion engine, it's a totally different story. To get full power in a combustion car, you need to hit a certain RPM. You press the pedal, the revs build up, and then you get the power. The battery is located here on the floor, and it gives the Dolphin Plus a range of 420 kilometers. To give you an idea, some ethanol cars don't even go that far. BYD uses a battery called Blade, known for being extremely safe. There's a safety test where they puncture the battery with a metal rod, and even then it stays below 60 degrees Celsius. If you charge it at home overnight, that's usually enough. But if you use a charging station, you can go from 30 to 80% in just half an hour. You might think it uses a ton of electricity, but I crunched the numbers. Here in São Paulo, a kilowatt hour costs 87 cents. This battery has 60 kilowatt hours. So to fully charge it, which is like filling a gas tank, I'd spend 52 reais. That's right, 52 bucks to drive 420 kilometers. Now picture this. You live 10 kilometers from work and commute every weekday. You could basically go a whole month on a single charge. Up front, we've got the electric motor. You can't really see it clearly because it's not just the motor. You've also got the AC system and all the control units. But still, an electric car is way simpler than one with a combustion engine. There's no gearbox, no pistons. You don't need to change the engine oil. There is a bit of oil for the transmission gears, about 20.28 fluid ounces, but it only needs changing every 40,000 kilometers. The mechanics are simple, with way fewer parts. Another cool thing is how efficient this motor is. It converts between 85 to 95% of the energy into motion. A combustion engine, only 20 to 30%. Most of it is wasted. The rest goes out as heat. So what about the car's space? The trunk holds 345 liters. That's where the little bag with the home charger is stored. Look how compact it is. The wheelbase distance between front and rear wheels is 2.7 meters. That gives great legroom, even in the back. I set the front seat to my height, and sitting behind it, I've still got space for my knees. But I know you, Manual do Mundo fans, want to know what's going on up here on the dashboard. The first thing that grabs your attention is this huge 12.8-inch touchscreen. And yes, it can rotate 90 degrees. And it's not just a media center, it works like a smartphone where you can install apps and also control vehicle settings like headlight height or air conditioning. There's also a smaller screen on the steering wheel showing driving info that used to be analog. So things like speed, but especially battery level and range, how far you can go on the current charge. And we're still discovering features like checking the tire pressure and temperature for each tire. It also has a panoramic sunroof that starts above the driver and extends all the way to the back seats. And the interior finish is super soft, really classy stuff. I don't know about you, but when I said this car does 0 to 100 in 7 seconds, I just had to test it. So let's hit a highway where we can go up to 120 kilometers an hour and try this out safely. I'm just getting off the shoulder now, and look. It reaches 120 really fast. Watch the acceleration. Going 100 uphill, it hits 120 instantly again and again. Perfect for overtaking. It pins your head to the seat. I haven't shown the 360 camera yet, but I'll demo that along with the regenerative braking in the Song Pro. This thing feels like a spaceship. It's an SUV, a sport utility vehicle. That's also a super hybrid. What does that mean? It's got an electric motor you can charge from a wall outlet and a combustion engine that works alongside it. That makes it a plug-in hybrid. We call it a super hybrid because it can go many kilometers using just the electric motor. You can select EV mode here on the dashboard. When it's set to EV, the car runs fully electric. Set it to HEV, hybrid electric vehicle, and it'll use both motors, electric and combustion. Now I know some people are already thinking, but Ibarre, doesn't that bring back all the complexity of a gas-powered car? Not really. BYD designed this car so it only uses combustion when it actually needs to. In the city, the combustion engine mostly works to generate electricity for the electric motor. It only drives the car when truly needed. Oh, and the battery is also down here. If you set it to electric only mode, it can drive between 68 and 110 kilometers depending on the model. So if your job is 30 kilometers away, you could commute both ways on an electric and recharge overnight. You can mainly run it as an electric car and use fuel only for long trips. Let's hit the road. It starts off completely silent on electric. No engine noise, and the sound insulation is amazing. And it's powerful 235 combined horsepower. That's the electric motor plus the combustion engine working together. It goes from 0 to 100 in 7.9 seconds and has a range of 1,100 kilometers. You could drive from Sao Paulo, where I am, all the way to Brasilia and still have about 90 kilometers left. At low speeds, it barely even uses the combustion engine. I'll give it a little gas here just to see if... it kicked in, the engine turned on, but... You can't hear a thing. This car is super comfortable. I really recommend test driving it because comfort is hard to show on video. The trunk is spacious, 137 gallons, and the wheelbase is 8.88 feet. You can sit comfortably in the back. Just this weekend, I was talking to my dad about the finish on BYD cars. Dad, check this out. Soft touch dashboard, super smooth, top-notch quality. The driver even gets a cockpit-style seat. There are those cool BYD screens and the rear view camera I still haven't shown. By the way, the Dolphin has the exact same camera, okay? When I put it in reverse, it shows the path the car will take, and I also get a 360-degree view even with the door open, because we're filming with it open for more light. It's like a video game. I can see the car from above, and if I press this button, it even shows what's under the car. So does that mean it has cameras on top and underneath? No, it combines footage from the front, rear, and side cameras to create this 360-degree video game style view. When Helena gets her license in 10 years or so, parallel parking will be a breeze. And I can't forget to mention regenerative braking, which is a big deal in both hybrid and fully electric cars. Here, when I brake, it doesn't use the brake pads. It activates a generator instead. That generator produces energy, and that's what slows the car down. As I've explained many times here on Manual do Mundo, generating energy through a generator slows things down. And of course, it saves a ton on brake pads. In a regular car, braking wastes all that kinetic energy. It just turns it into heat and throws it away. That heat goes straight into the brake pads. But not here. When you brake, the car captures that energy and sends it back to the battery. So every time you tap the brake, or even just take your foot off the gas, it starts recharging the battery right away. The actual brake pads only kick in when you press harder, and the dash shows that clearly. The left side of the display shows your energy usage. Step on the gas, and that number goes up. But when you let off or brake, the number turns negative. That's energy flowing into the battery. Of course, you don't recover 100%, but regenerative braking makes the car much more efficient. Whether hybrid or fully electric, End of the trip recap. I drove 82 kilometers, all in the city, always in normal mode. No eco or sport. The car started with 64 kilometers of battery range and now it's at 16. That means I drove 48 kilometers on battery. The rest, 34 kilometers, was on fuel. Guess how much it is used? 1.59 quarts. That's about 14.1 miles per liter. Super efficient. These cars save you money on both fuel and maintenance, which is much simpler. I'll leave a link below to BYD's calculator. You can compare it with your current car. Cars tested, and 4 things I loved. Comfort, torque, tech, and fuel savings. Those are the highlights. So, which one did you like more? Drop it in the comments and let us know. No matter your taste or need, there's a BYD out there for you. A few months ago, we ran a fun experiment to see if black cars really get hotter in the sun than white ones. I bet the result will surprise you. The difference was huge.